Early on in our marriage, Ty and I faced a huge financial challenge. We're going to talk about it and how we overcame it.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another Sunday night sit down with His and Her Money. I'm Talent.
And I'm Ty, and we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
Hey guys, we told you in the intro that, early in our marriage, we made a huge mistake, and it was a big time financial challenge that we had to overcome.
That's right. And every opportunity that we get, we love to tell couples that are either newly married or getting married or even seasoned couples one way to avoid one of our biggest mistakes. And that was leaving the financial responsibility on just one of the spouse.
Now, a little background on the situation. It kind of made sense on the surface because you got to remember that when Ty and I first got married, I was like a recovering spendaholic and was a financial mess, and I was trying to get things together. So I wasn't really well-rounded in my knowledge and understanding of money. Where Ty was, she had a very good foundation built financially, and her knowledge base was great. And so it kind of seemed to make sense that when we first got married, the thought was, well, hey, since you're good with the numbers, this is what you do for a living, maybe you should just be in charge of handling the finances and you just let me know what I need to do.
And you know what? I was okay with that. As a matter of fact, when he said that it was actually your suggestion, I was pretty happy that he said that. I'm like, oh, great. Because I knew that he wasn't so great with the money, and we never walked down this journey or this road called marriage. So I didn't know how it was going to unfold. So I thought, hey, that's a great idea. I would rather be the one behind the wheel taking over the finances. But boy, were we wrong.
And the truth is, a lot of you all are in that same boat where only one of you handles the finances and the other one just kind of sits back. So I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to relate to this. So the problem with our decision to do that is that over time, we both had resentment building up inside of us, but we weren't telling each other. It was just steadily increasing inside both of us. And here's why. Because since Ty was doing all the number crunching, she felt as though she wasn't being appreciated, and she'll speak to that. And for me, I felt like I was a child just kind of getting this allowance to kind of play with. So in my head, I'm going to work every day, and I know how much I make. I'm like, this is all I get? But this? I don't get no more than this? And you got the fellas at the job. They going out to eat lunch every day, and I'm at the microwave like, burr, 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 burr. Yeah, this is all I got, guys. But I was building up the resentment because I felt like I was being cheated out of something, or I was missing out on something because I didn't have a proper understanding of why we were doing what we were doing. And for you,
I felt unappreciated. I felt taken for granted. I was the one crunching the numbers. I was the one doing the hard work, and I was devoted, I would say. I was willing to give up going out to eat during lunch. As a matter of fact, it got to the point where my associates that I worked with, other employees, they wouldn't even ask me, Ty, I'm going to such and such. Would you like me to grab you something? They automatically knew and assumed that I'm going to bring my lunch to work, and I did. And I got very frustrated because I felt like you were complaining like a big old baby.
Why I got to be a big old baby?
Because I'm like, you know what?
Is that even in the dictionary? Big O? How do you spell that?
You are a big old baby.
How you spell big O?
Big, B-I-G-O-O-L-E with the little...
Somebody go to dictionary.com right quick and tell me if that's a word.
But that's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. And I felt like, wow, how dare you complain or be unappreciated, for what I do. I'm making sacrifices. I'm not really, going out buying items. I'm, trying to make the numbers work. And I thought we were both okay with that. So it was sort of unspoken at first in the beginning of our marriage. He was frustrated, I was frustrated, and we weren't talking about it.
So it's kind of a twofold, double-edged sword there. We weren't communicating properly, and we were not working as a team. Although it may seem like we were working as a team, right? Because the finance person was handling the finances and I signed off on that, right? But that's not how teams operate.
Right.
We're from Chicago, so think about the mid-90s and those great Chicago Bulls teams. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Now, you had Michael Jordan on one side as the shooting guard, and you had, for some of those championships, B.J. Armstrong was the other guard, the point guard. Now, some of you are like, who the heck is B.J. Armstrong? Well, B.J. Armstrong was the starting point guard when Michael Jordan was the starting two guard. And they both had roles to play. Now, it wasn't 50-50. B.J. Armstrong wasn't as much a part of the game plan as Michael Jordan was, but B.J. Armstrong played his role well. And so we can't get caught up. Don't think that when it comes to operating in your marriage with your finances that it has to be 50-50, right. But it can't be 100 and 0.
Right.
Because both situations are incorrect and both situations will lead to the frustration that built up inside of us.
That's right.
You both have a part to play. So if one of you is good with the numbers, it's okay that you set up the numbers and you come up with the game plans, but the other party also has to have input, also has a role to play. You can't not play a role and just sit back and receive and the game plan. You have to put your input into the game plan and get your voice as a part of the formulation
and
of the plan.
And it's so important that you're on one accord and that you both agree with the final numbers. It's okay, like he said, for one of us to say, you know what, I think that we should budget XYZ. We're not moving forward unless you agree with the numbers or unless I agree with the numbers. And as you said, it's not going to be 50-50. There are some marriages right now, even now, we can even speak of our marriage. I still pretty much handle more of the financial side of, what do you call it? Of our marriage.
Number crunching.
You're right. Than you do. But we both play a part in it. We both go over our budget. We both go over the numbers. Any saving goals or things like that, or any purchases, we both have input, okay? But I might be the one going to the bank, or I might be the one writing the checks. I might be the one making the deposits or making the withdrawals, things like that. That's okay. And for some of you out there who may say, you know what, my spouse does all that, and she or he, they're okay with it. You want to ask. Don't just assume. Right. Say, you know what, would you like me to be a little bit more proactive when it comes to handling our money?
I bet you I know what the answer is.
I bet you they're going to say, well, I would love for you to have some type of role or play some type of role in handling our finances or bill paying. So, guys,
you got to remember that's your spouse. That's not your mom. That's not your dad. They want you side by side with them.
True.
They don't want to be sitting at the computer figuring the thing out, and then you say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, all right, just let me know. All right, that's cool. Whatever you say is good. Like that's not being a team.
Right.
That's you deferring to someone else. In order to operate as a team, you have to both participate. We want you to tell us what your number one financial challenge is that you're facing right now. We've shared with you what the number one challenge was for us, but we want to hear from you. Leave it in the comments section below. Tell us, what are you facing right now that's a big challenge financially?
And you don't have to be married. You can be single. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at questions@hisandhermoney.com. We would love to answer your question on a future video here on the His and Her Money channel. So guys, if you guys love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, visit us over at our website at hisandhermoney.com. Meet us back here next Sunday for our Sunday night sit down at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
And in the meantime, go to subscribe to the His and Her Money Show on iTunes.
All right, guys. Well,
until
it's
next
been great.
time.
Bye.
Peace.